Hi, I'm Melba Pearson, also known as the Resident Legal Diva, and this is the new Mondays with Melba. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and all those good things there. So at Resident Legal Diva, you already know what time it is.
It's time!
So, super glad that you're here. Before we dive into everything, I want to let you know that we're doing a slight change to the format of Mondays with Melba moving forward. So every week, I'll be giving you a clear rundown on what I've been working on, what I covered last week, and what's coming up, so you'll always know where to find me and what to expect. Think of it as your weekly scheduling guide for all things Melba, your resident legal diva. So, without further ado, let me recap, review any request, and remind you what's coming up next week. So let's dive in. First off, where you can find me.
If you want me, you can find me left of center off of the strip.
So there's Legal AF, which is my regular beat on the Midas Touch Network. That's where I break down high-profile cases, government investigations, all the major news in the legal world that intersects with politics. And that's where you can also find my segment, Ask the Diva, where I answer your questions on these cases. Also, there's the Daily Ditty, covering Sean Puffy Combs and his legal journey. This was a dose of courtroom drama. And of course, he's been sentenced, so things are wrapping up soon. So the focus will shift to other high-profile cases, like the ongoing case of Taylor Robinson for the murder of Charlie Kirk. Now, Daily Ditty, there'll still be some bits and pieces because we know this is not fully the end of the story, so I got you. Also, every Tuesday morning, you can find me on Court TV Live, where I am covering breaking news, true crime, and ongoing trials. And lastly, we've got Melba Make It Make Sense.
Make it make sense.
So this is my new show launching on Fridays, where I'll tackle multiple topics under one single theme, breaking down the legalese and the ramifications, whether it be governmental or political, just so that it's easier to understand, right?
Knowledge is power.
Here's the recap, all right? So, a little bit about how things started and how's it going for some, not so great. So, on Legal AF, we discussed the new domestic terrorism legislation currently under consideration in Congress and what implications it has for all of us, plus insights on the ongoing Kirk investigation that Kash Patel can't seem to stop oversharing. Silence is golden. Anyway, I also answered your questions in Ask the Diva, which brought up a lot of excellent points about the Kirk case and related governmental actions. So, here's your reminder for what's coming up for next week. First off, Legal AF. I will be talking about Lisa Cook. We'll be breaking down the Supreme Court's basically ruling at this juncture, the investigations around her housing fraud allegations, and what's actually documented for real versus what's politically driven claims. Also, I'll be chatting with Marissa Alexander, who you may know from a very high-profile domestic violence case a few years ago. We're revisiting that case, and remember, she's the one who fired a warning shot to her abusive husband, and she had a ton of legal fallout from that. We're going to be talking about generally, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. She's a huge advocate now. So we're going to talk a little bit about her journey and what the current political climate means for our domestic violence survivors. And there's the Daily Ditty. So I'll be wrapping up coverage by taking a last look at the verdict and the sentence, as well as the possibility of a pardon. Spoiler alert, they're kind of high. I'll also be taking a look on the latest updates with the Gisèle Pelicot case out of France, as she faces one of her many accusers who tried to claim that the horrible acts he perpetrated on her, he's trying to say that that was consensual. Not so much. So, Court TV, that's coming up tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning. I'll be talking about Mark Sanchez. I'll be back on the Adelson beat And then also a murder trial involving a woman by the name of Bianca Ellis. So we'll be doing some trial updates and analysis on what to expect in court. Now, Friday is Melba Make It Make Sense, and this is going to be a mix of high-profile cases and ongoing investigation in this social media era of oversharing. I mean, like, hello, are the government, law firms, and influencers strategically releasing information, or are we giving them too much credit? I'll touch on this administration ongoing commentary on the Comey case, James Comey, and most recently, our dear beloved AG Pam Bondi's comments on the Luigi homicide case. Yep, they're at it again. But also, we gotta look to the realm of entertainment, like cases like the Baldoni Lively sexual harassment dispute, Candace Owens and all her foolishness, defamation discussions, and the broader impact of online commentary on ongoing investigations and cases. Is this a good idea? Is it legally permissible? I'm gonna break that all down for you. So, that's all she wrote! So, be sure to check out the links below for each show. Don't forget to leave your questions for Ask the Diva or topics you want me to cover or cases you want me to dive into on Melba Make It Make Sense. And then we'll reconvene on Friday for the new show. Thanks for tuning in, and as always,